Today we are going to go over how to engage the pelvic floor with our exhales. If you are having a hard time finding your pelvic floor and if you feel like you just can't control the bottom up lifting of the pelvic floor and you might just be messing up your mechanics, this whole video is a really nice way to reestablish the right muscles that we want to be activated in order to restore pelvic floor control. So what we're going to do is grab a little towel to place at the base of your neck. You're going to grab, you can either use a blanket or a foam roller, pillow, just something to elevate your hips a few inches. So this is important because the pelvic floor muscles, especially the posterior pelvic floor, which we need to help us control that Kegel, that contraction, those muscles work really well when we're in a posterior pelvic tilt. So you'll see as I put this blanket, my pelvis will rotate backwards, which would be a posterior pelvic tilt, and that's going to give me better pelvic floor activation. So also grab a ball or something to put between your knees. So you're just going to set yourself up on the floor. You're going to put the towel or pillow or even a foam roller. You can put it right at the base of your sacrum, top of your sacrum. And right in here, you're just going to practice some tilts. So you're going to inhale forward, exhale, squish back. Inhale forward, exhale, squish back, inhale forward. And you'll feel as you're doing this, as you inhale, most likely, and go forward, you'll feel the relaxation of the pelvic floor. And as you rotate back, you should feel the pelvic floor activate. Now start bringing a purposeful activation here. So inhale into your ribs, create space, rotate forward, exhale from the bottom up, contract your pelvic floor. Lastly, engage your ribs. Inhale, release, open up. Exhale, pull up from the bottom up. What I want you to do now is place your legs into 90-90, ball between your knees. And in this position, you're going to inhale and exhale, contract the pelvic floor. Think labia closing, pelvic floor lifting up, ribs closing, and release. Inhale, exhale. Ribs close last. Inhale and exhale, squeeze the ball, contract pelvic floor, bring rib cage together and down a bit. Inhale, open rib cage, release belly, release pelvic floor, exhale, close pelvic floor, lift up, close ribs. Okay, you'll do that about 10 to 15 times. Then you're going to switch and you're going to put the ball between your arms. You're going to lock your shoulders down. You're going to leave your pelvic floor and everything at rest initially. You're going to inhale. As you exhale, gently squeeze the ball. Lift the pelvic floor. Drop one leg down to the floor, tap, come back up. Inhale. Exhale, drop. Squeeze pelvic floor. Lift up. Inhale and rest. Exhale and work. And you're going to alternate legs. What I want you to focus on is not rotating and not twisting to get the leg down. So if you can only go down just a bit and come back up without your hips rotating and moving all over, just go as far as you can. We want to keep form. We want to keep control here. Next, same thing. You can give your legs a rest if you need, then you're going to come right back up. And you're going to inhale to rest. Exhale, drop your hip to the side. Exhale, pull back in. Inhale to the side. And exhale, pull back in. Inhale to the side. When you pull in, I want you to really think of your abdominals pulling your leg in. So as you inhale, you're resting, but you're keeping stability. But exhale, think of pulling in with your abdominal wall. Inhale. And then exhale, pull in. Feel your abdominals turn on here. When you're finished, you can give yourself a little hug. You can take that out And just kind of windshield wiper your hips back and forth. Take some nice breaths here. And again, just kind of play around with finding that anterior pelvic tilt, releasing the pelvic floor. Exhale and imprint your spine into the mat, and see if you feel any better since doing it with your hips elevated a bit.